What up and welcome to Rama Screen YouTube channel, and here's my review of Netflix new series Gyeongseong Creature. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Let's rock this. You know, Netflix described this show as a horror drama, but trust me, the drama is much heavier. While the horror during the first few episodes is just a small drip tease, and it doesn't escalate significantly until the later episodes. But yes, when the monster is in full form wreaking havoc, it is pretty scary. But for the most part, the scares on this show revolve around the Japanese brutality against the Koreans, which is graphically emphasized over and over again. In other words, if you can't stomach war violence, this show may not be for you. Now, if you straight up ask me, Rama, do you like this show, Gyeongseong Creature? Yes, I do. Granted, I've only watched part 1, but I really enjoyed this impeccable fusion of colorful traditional community of Korea's past with a bit of espionage and the chilling, dark, mysterious tone at the hospital. The way that those aspects play off of one another makes it a very interesting, fascinating cocktail of thrill and suspense. Directed by Chang Do-yoon and written by Kang Yoon-kyung, set in the spring of 1945, the people of Korea struggle to survive the oppression of Japan. A young man and woman in Gyeongseong fight off creatures that are born out of human greed. Through their desperate fight against the creatures, the show raises a question on what defines being human or what it means to be human. Starring Park Seo-jun, So-hee, Claudia Kim, Kim Hae-sook, Han-cheul, and Ha-jun. Man, I remember watching the Marvels movie last month, and the minute that Park Seo-jun showed up on the screen as Prince Yan, every female in that theater room went geeking out, hysterically swooning over the sight of Park Seo-jun. Clearly, this dude is super famous, and so is his co-star, Han So-hee, who is just absolutely gorgeous. What I'm getting at is, even if you may not end up liking Gyeongseong Creature, we all know that you will at least tune in to watch this show just to see Park Seo-jun and Han So-hee, both of whom have irresistibly magnetic star power. But back to the substance. Again, as a reminder, Gyeongseong Creature arrives in 2 parts, with the first 7 episodes launching on December 22nd, and then the last 3 episodes arriving January 5, 2024. And Netflix only granted me the first 6 episodes for now, which is understandable because the narrative does contain some spoilers or some twist reveals that I admit are not all that unpredictable. But nonetheless, it's the kind of surprise that is emotionally devastating to our protagonist, and it also speaks volumes about the ruthlessness of the Japanese colonialism at that time. Now, think of Park Seo-jun's character as some kind of a pawn shop Oscar Schindler, if you will. Generally, he only looks out for his own interests. When push comes to shove, though, he is willing to help his countrymen. So underneath that snobby, rich playboy attitude is a desperate and empathetic heart. Whereas Han So-hee's character is a lot more idealistic and heroic. She's very hell-bent on her mission, which I can't share with you here. But yeah, Park Seo-jun is elegant and charming, while Han So-hee is luminous and tough. Yeah, there's a few other Korean drama big names as well that are part of the cast members of this show. If you're wondering if there's a love triangle, well, not really. Even the romantic feelings between the 2 leads is only suggested or it's only hinted at on these first few episodes. I mean, it's not very subtle, but the writers chose not to delve too much into that for the time being, which I can appreciate because when you're fighting Japanese imperial soldiers and fighting a giant monster, you've pretty much got your plates full, and romance might not be a priority. As far as the CG monster goes, well, I'll say this. It looks much more terrifying and more convincing than the monsters on Sweet Home series. And the executions of Gyeongseong Creature Rampage are a lot more volcanic and ferocious. And the director and the cinematographer did a fantastic job of staging those unforgiving bloody kill scenes. The few criticisms that I have about Gyeongseong Creature are pretty much the same criticisms that I have about Korean dramas in general. You know, the lengthy runtime, the slow burn, and for some reason, there's a supporting character on this show who serves as a loudmouth devil's advocate. By that I mean, his job is to just constantly give possible bad scenarios to every one of our protagonists' ideas. He's like half coward and half genuinely concerned. Not sure if you could categorize him as a comic relief either. But yeah, he is extremely irritating. But still, it's not bad enough to warrant this show a low grade, that's for sure. And kudos to the actors who play the Japanese soldiers, aka the bad guys. They are very committed and very intimidating in every possible way. So yeah, overall I give Gyeongseong Creature the rating of 3.5 out of 5. On the one hand, you have this Frankenstein-esque sci-fi intrigue, and on the other hand, you have this survival story about the fight for freedom, all mashed into this one gripping, absorbing, riveting tale of courage and conviction. So that's it. That's my review of Gyeongseong Creature. Smash that like button, hit that notification bell, share this video with everyone you know, share your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe. Let's rock this.